Now this right here is backwards. In a lot of situations, I'm gonna just say this, but for Boots Ennis to now be trying to circle back on Stanionis, and now Boots always said don't believe it unless you hear it from me. But brother, you ain't been saying nothing. And also, the public is trying to make sure that you can get a decent fight out here. Like people ain't. This is the thing about it. People speaking up for Boots right now is not all negative. It's like, hey man, they trying to make sure he can get a fight. Hey, Boots can't get Crawford. Okay, who can get for Boots? Okay, no Virgil Ortiz. Okay, what about Tiafimo? That's what's going on right now. People are actually trying to help. The public is trying to sway promoters and other people's opinions and trying to put a little pressure on them to give Boots a competitive fight. And right now he said, I just want, well, not he said, but you know, the energy is Boots don't want to waste no weigh-ins that I know. I've said this already all year. So really, to be honest with you, the only person that actually came out and said what Boots has said recently is me. I've been saying this all year. I'm telling you, I reported everything about Boots this year correctly. No cap, no fluff, nothing. I already knew that the situation was going to be where he was going to try to unify instead of trying to fight a big name. That's why the Brian Norman thing was so important. And that's why a lot of people trying to tell everybody, hey, if you're going to do the Brian Norman situation, just give him some money. That's a belt. And you won't have to waste no time of Boots being at 147 longer than he has to. Now, imagine if he would have already been in negotiation for a Brian Norman fight for February. So that could have already been done. And Barrios and Stanionis could have figured out this situation. But now it's kind of like, it's kind of hard because he's trying to go from 47 and fight for belts instead of fighting for, if he fights at 47 right now, and Boots is making a lot of sense in a lot of ways because it definitely makes sense because why would you fight at 47? And let's just say he only say, okay, I can only weigh in at 47 probably 3 or 4 more times. That's probably the max. And people will say, why don't you just move up then? Well, there's a lot of fighters that's saying that and that should move up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fighters that's talking about maybe I should move up or move down and everything else. So he's not the only one that's saying that. We know what the case is for him. But he has to figure something out, man. These is 2 big fights. Well, you ain't finna be just getting no Tiafimo and no Virgil Ortiz on the table and be like, yeah, I can get that later on. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no guarantees. Virgil Ortiz almost retired. He almost didn't even continue boxing. So you lucky to get this fight now. The option. That's what he'll realize. He's lucky to get the fight now. Because he almost retired. He almost got out the game. It was almost a wrap. So the fact that Virgil Ortiz is still around, yeah, you should have took that fight. That's why people are saying, like, he almost retired, man. This is a dude you technically ain't supposed to have a chance to fight ever again. Boots was never supposed to have another opportunity to fight Virgil Ortiz because he was going to retire. He was out for like 2 years, something like that. So it's a whole bunch of stuff behind that. But the Tiafimo thing, if you can get him in the ring, yeah, that'll make a lot of sense. I think that fight at this point right now will be bigger than belts. The undisputed thing, Boots, I'm going to be real with you, bro. Don't nobody care about undisputed, dog. I know it might mean a lot to you in the history books and everything else, but I'm going to be 100 with you, dog. It's dudes right now that ain't got no belts that's getting treated better than champions. Coming off a loss. Dudes that lost with no belts are getting treated better than champions right now. It's all about favoritism. It's all about popularity. It's all about all that. The belts and everything else is cool. It means a lot to y'all and everything, but people don't really care when y'all got the belts. The only thing they do when y'all get the belt is they put pressure on y'all and they put all the responsibility on you. So since you're the one with the belt, they're going to say, well, you supposed to make the fight happen. You got to do things to get in the ring. You got to do all this. And now that's the situation he finds himself in. He's like, dang, the tables are turning on me. Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's what happened. Usually when a fighter comes out and says, hey, man, so-and-so ducking me, the fans going to be like, okay, we're going to find somebody who ain't ducking. And then that's when that happens. So you really got to put out the plans like that. The thing about it is, just put out the plans and just tell the fans what you're trying to do. That's it. It's simple like that. Benavidez does it. Crawford does it. Haney does it. The rest of these fighters, they don't do it. They went, oh, I don't know, I gotta see. And that guy, I ain't trying to fight him right now. All that stuff, man. Ain't nobody trying to get through all that. And we done heard Teofimo say that recently about Ennis. So a lot of people trying to wait till he actually signed on the dotted line. Cause this dude had said they didn't have Ryan Garcia come out and say they had a deal done to fight and everything else. So it's a lot of cap going on. But the Stanionis and Barrios situation, absolutely. I feel like Barrios and Stanionis feels like that's a bigger fight than what they was trying to get. They wasn't trying to receive the same thing. $2 million wasn't enough for their belts. It's a money thing at this time. At this time, it's a money thing. They're not trying to give up no belts for less than $2 million. They know that they can hoard those belts and hold on to them and make side show fights with the belt, and they could probably get that $2 million in 2 or 3 fights instead of going out and risking it all in one fight and not being able to be in that position again. And these are guys who took a long way to actually get to that position. But with him trying to fight PBC guys, possibly, I'm not speaking for him, but I'm just telling you what's out there, what's the options. I mean, all he can do right now is fight guys at 47 for unification. That's what he said he want to do, so that's what he said he want to do. But as far as the Teofimo thing, if Teofimo's down for it, I don't see what the big deal is, but I'm hearing reports now that could be trying to see the Barrios and Stanionis situation first, but I don't think that's completely true, but it could be some validity to it. But we'll have to see. These are all rumors at the end of the day. None of it's confirmed. But he has said he wanted to unify, so why would that not be? If somebody came out and said, hey, man, I'll unify with Boots right now, so why would that not? If that was an option, why would it not be something that he would try to do? Makes a lot of sense.